How can I maintain my close friendships whilst we're living in different cities or countries? What if we've not spoken in months? Is it too late to reconnect? Why does life keep getting in the way of friendships that truly mean the world to me? If you are navigating the shift of speaking or seeing your friends frequently to periodically, this episode is for you. Hello friend, it's Maxine welcoming you back to another episode of The Layered Experience. It's the space dedicated to the art of figuring it out, where we peel back the many facets of young adulthood, one intriguing layer at a time. Today, we are navigating the maze that is maintaining adult friendships. I'm sure you've noticed that you've gone from the daily hangouts to the occasional let's catch up text to nothing at all. Trust me, you are not alone, and it turns out it's not all in our heads. I came across this very interesting study by the University of Oxford and Aalto University, and we are not just imagining things, friends. There's actual science to this ever-changing madness that is our friendship dynamics. So, we tend to expand our social circles all up until we reach the age of 25. Hello, quarter-life crisis. After we reach this age, there is a noticeable shift and we tend to reduce the connections that we formerly made. And get this, we women tend to trim our social circles at a faster rate than our male counterparts. This is because women tend to focus on more intimate, emotionally supportive networks, whereas with men, they are looking for more larger group-based interactions. So this truly does make you think, doesn't it? Shameless plug, if you haven't already, please go to thelayeredexperience.com and sign up for the newsletter. I will be sending these kinds of insights on a weekly basis in bite-sized chunks. Also, if you hear any noises in the background, I'm so sorry. New York is a crazy place and there is always sirens, and this is all done in home, so please, just when the budget increases, we will deal with those kinds of situations. Anyways, I remember how earlier in the year I just felt completely ashamed and defeated in the ways that I was navigating my friendships. As someone who is used to championing the relationships in my life, I was just shocked at my inability to handle it all. You know how it feels when you can barely fill up your own cup. How do you begin to do that for someone else? Better yet, how do you give them the room to evolve and see our friendships in new and emerging ways? My friends, they would send messages, schedule FaceTime calls, and I was pulling away, struggling to balance my life, my responsibilities, and unfortunately, my friendships were ending up at the bottom of my to-do lists, and this led into a negative cycle. On the other hand, I too have been guilty of judging too soon, feeling as if my friends weren't valuing our relationship and they weren't genuinely interested anymore. And that just leads to more feelings of isolation and distance. Honestly, if someone had whispered in my ear a few years ago that I could go weeks, even months, without speaking to some of my closest friends, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. Now, society is always hammering on about investing in our futures, our careers, our romantic pursuits. But where's the not-so-little playbook on how to maintain and navigate friendships that truly mean the world to us, especially with this never-ending list of responsibilities? But here we are in the whirlwind of adulthood where dreams, love, bills, and career sometimes shuffle our friendship cards. Can you relate? But first, a little housekeeping. I wanted to first thank all the people who have who listened to the first episode and engaging with the content. But also, please do not forget to drop a like, a comment, engage. It truly helps. And also a review if you so wish. It helps me grow here and lets me know what you are enjoying or want to hear more of. And curious minds, read me, want to know how you are navigating your friendships at this time. I've always been so grateful for the circle of friends that I have. I don't take any of those relationships for granted. I do realize that finding genuine friends that truly see you for who you are and love you is very hard to come by. Where you laugh together and grow with one another, helping each other develop into the best version of yourselves. Their genuineness is rare, and these bonds are formed and fortified through shared time, love, and effort. So let's take a trip down memory lane, because one thing you are going to learn about me, I love to reminisce. My high school friends, Reed family, have been with me through the trenches. Now y'all explain to me why the almost 10 years since high school have gone by faster than high school itself. I love how deeply we know each other, the never-ending laughs, memories, recaps of TVD and Gossip Girl, first drinks, parties, crushes, and everything in between. So me and my high school friends were all boarders, and I still remember how we would be in grade 8 crowding up around the laptop just watching episodes of TVD. First of all, I'm like, I miss having time like that. And I'm also it's just girlhood, y'all. I just love girlhood. And on the subject of TVD, did y'all hear that they were using real spells? Y'all couldn't just have come up with something. Best believe when I rewatch, I am fast forwarding and muting past all the Bennett Witches scenes. My college friends believed in me in a period of time when I didn't even believe in myself. With them, I had late nights, tears in the library, laughter, practicing dances for lip sync, and we just were growing and discovering ourselves in our womanhood. The shift post-college was quite jarring, to say the least, especially in the ways that it impacted my friendships. Suddenly, we weren't just a short walk or down the hall from one another. Our daily interactions that were once so effortless became scheduled catch-ups. We were navigating different time zones, career paths, and life choices, which inevitably meant that we had to adjust and look at the new dynamics in our friendships. The transition was bittersweet and a reminder that life's phases can reshape relationships at any point in time. And it's really been teaching me about the importance of adaptability in all parts of my life, especially because I do want to maintain these connections, particularly with COVID-19's unexpected entrance. Shout out class of 2020. It really did change everything. Y'all remember how holidays meant we were all returning to one familiar place? Our shared home base. For those of us with high school friends, you know that even if you were all scattered around the continent or country at different colleges or whatever you did post high school, the end of semester breaks were always a chance of reunion. And with my college friends, every new semester was a chance of reunion as well, bringing us all back together to our other now common base. It's intriguing how these routines, once taken for granted, have shifted, just reminding me at the importance and how fragile these connections can be in our daily lives. But soon, this can be said for all of my friendships, jobs, grad schools, partners, health, families. they all started reshaping our worlds, and those daily chats became monthly hangouts, and then the occasional text and seasonal meetups. Now, different cities, different careers, and even different continents. And can we truly blame anyone? It's so tough out here, and half the time we are just trying to keep our heads above water. No guidebook could have prepped me for the sheer whirlwind that is adulthood and the intentional effort needed to consistently nurture these friendships amidst the chaos. The emotional highs and lows, the guilt, the moments of silence or reflection. I do miss the times when we were experiencing life together instead of in parallel of one another. Nowadays, it's more of a, hey, you will never believe what just happened today. And I find myself introducing the people in my life like they are characters in a new sitcom. And living in this era of social media, I found that it's easy to conflate seeing an Instagram story with true connection. You might see a story and think, oh yeah, I know that friend A is going through ABCD. And don't get me wrong, I do think that social media can definitely be a great tool in fostering relationships, as long as we're remaining in the active rather than passive position. On the topic of social media, I don't know if your timeline looks similar to mine, but did y'all see those two girls that were going through the hoodie situation? If not, let me catch you up. There was friend A who made the initial video, and what took place is she's recounting how she stopped being friends with friend B. And the reason why she stopped being friends with friend B is because friend B was, in my opinion, acting a little shady, added friend A's boyfriend on close friends. On one occasion, friend B borrowed friend A's boyfriend's hoodie. It happens, people get cold, no crime, no foul done. However, after borrowing said hoodie, friend B kept posting stories in the hoodie, kept it for 2 weeks. Then apparently friend A's boyfriend, I don't know, the sandwich part, okay, y'all be the judge of this. Friend A boyfriend helped friend B put up her TV or something, and then friend B bought friend A's boyfriend a sandwich and as a gift. That part doesn't really get to me. The hoodie part, I'm like, girl, okay, you were cold, cool. And the reason why we know what ended up happening after the hoodie thing is because friend B made her own video, and in her video she was like, I like hoodies, and if I like a hoodie, I'm gonna post stories in it, blah blah blah. And I was like, girl, this is not a good look. So I mean, I'm on team A, but I'm a believer in mature and honest and kind confrontation. So I think friend A should have spoken to friend B, but sometimes you just know when someone's moving in a weird way. But what are y'all thinking? What are your thoughts? I don't know why. Oh, because social media, TikTok. Okay. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is wrong in the situation? If you're on Spotify, I will put a poll. And then if you're watching it anywhere else, just comment. However, I do find that the longer we go without these bouts of communication, sometimes that leaves space for the feeling of shame to edge its way in, which then creates this negative cycle where I want to connect, I feel ashamed, so I connect less. I know the math is not mathing, but somehow it makes sense in our heads, especially when life becomes overwhelming and you notice an increase in unopened messages. It only inspires feelings of uneasiness, making you question the ways that you contribute to your friendships. And can we get into a little taboo topic? Envy. The awkward silences, the unspoken tensions. It's that bittersweet feeling of being genuinely excited for all the things going on in your friend's life, but secretly wishing you could be there for more of the everyday moments. It's not about wanting to monopolize their time, but it's just craving some shared memories. Like, I am trying to make a post on Instagram for your birthday. And the last time we have a semi-decent photo was 2 business years ago. I know, we are not here to say that friends who have photos together are closer or whatever, but I do think that it's really humbling when I'm scrolling through my memories and realizing it's truly been a minute. And don't even get me started on how society tends to only focus on romantic relationships and the ways that we can develop and fix those and work on them. Sure, making your partner feel special is vital, but shouldn't our friends also get respect and appreciation? I truly believe that friendships can brave the tests of time and distance. And in this season, I'm challenging myself on how I view and value and nurture these relationships. It's more than just frequency, it's the depth, the bond, being intentional, staying engaged, leaving grace for my friends as well as myself. And so I'm wondering, how have you adapted at this time? It's time for one of my favorite segments, the echo chamber. As I said before, we are reclaiming the phrase, and I use this time to hear your layered opinions or advice. I took to Instagram asking the question how everyone is navigating or maintaining their adult friendships. And this is what the girlies replied. Maintaining adult friendships is so hard. Finding the balance between pouring into yourself first before pouring into those you love and cherish whilst juggling day to day is tricky. The biggest thing is affording grace to yourself and grace to your friends. Life is happening to all of us, and we need to lead with compassion and show up when we can, more so in the tough times. Nothing extravagant, just a call, text, walk, meme. Show up how you can in love. It's okay to disappear and refill your cup once in a while as well. The next person said, by understanding that our lives are different now and giving our friendships space to evolve. I am clicking my fingers to all the pieces of advice you guys are sending. FaceTimes when we can and audio messages when we can't. Holding space for updates. One thing about me, I am going to send a voice note. Another piece of advice is the Locket app. Everyone keeps saying it's really good in terms of trying to keep in touch with friends, and I think it's something we should all consider downloading. And let me know if you like it or not and if it's helped your friendships in any way. I like this. Someone says, just bought a calendar specifically to put close friends' birthdays, anniversaries, etc. in. Why I really appreciated this is I don't know if the girlies are going on Facebook like we used to, but remember when you used to go on Facebook, you would see obviously people's birthdays, but also other things that are important to them like anniversaries, etc. So I find that to be a really good and intentional way to show your friends that what is important to them is important to you. Planning dates with friends in advance so it's on our calendars. Yes, there was a lot of Google Calendar advice, y'all, and I'm on that team. Getting movements in with a friend. Beach walks, free diving, I'm scared of that, yoga, plan things. We catch up and listen to one another, then we play games or work together. I love that. Me and my friend have recently been doing that a lot. I like working together because it makes me feel like I'm back in the library in college. Sometimes you just need to be productive together. Sending that text when something reminds you of them, no matter how mundane. I know it's gonna sound so cliche, but I'm not even kidding. One of my friends, before I recorded this, sent me a Snapchat, and I have not heard from them, I think in months. And they literally just said, Maxine, I'm thinking of you. I think when you're on the sending end, you sometimes might underestimate how much that might mean to someone because you never know how their day's been going, but it goes a lot further than we think. Praying for them. When I got this one, I was like, amen. Y'all, there is nothing that will make you feel loved than knowing someone is praying for you or holding good thoughts for you in their life. Consistency. This can look like once a month or once a week, and intentionality. Because like we've been talking about here, we're in this season of evolution. Our friendships and our time look different. As long as we're being intentional, that's the most important thing. This last piece of advice is one of my favorites, and it's something I'm going to start putting into play in my daily life. And it says, I like to ask the question, what do you need to keep watering this friendship? Not being afraid to ask questions and checking in to see what is or isn't working for each other. I love it because another thing about me, I can't even say one thing because this is the fifth thing about me. If there is a very high bridge to jump to conclusions, I am on the highest one, and I will just notice a shift in energy and I am on alert. So I think that this is a really good practical way for people like me who are always on the lookout to just really make sure that we are not overthinking things. And since we know that we're all trying to evolve and change the way that our friendships are, not in terms of what they mean, but how we go about it, I think this is some good practical advice. I just wanted to thank you all for sending in your pieces of advice and experiences. I just want to reaffirm that I want this to be a community where we grow and learn together. Obviously, the spontaneity of our younger years might be behind us, but that doesn't mean that we don't need to nurture our friendships. Scheduling is essential, whether it's a quick FaceTime call or a lunch. We have to put it on our calendars because, y'all, we know if we don't, it's not gonna happen. More importantly, it's okay to acknowledge when life is becoming too overwhelming. Honesty is appreciated. When you can, put in the effort. It can be a simple text when something reminds you of them, or asking pertinent questions that shows that you have genuine concern over your friend and your friendship. I do want to state that I have come across individuals who sent me messages that they're currently not in the space to maintain or nurture their friendships. I first want to state that I completely empathize. And it's truly crucial to show the people in our lives that we love and value them, but it's equally as vital to be our own friend first. We have to prioritize self-care and self-love. We all go through such phases, and it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay to be neglectful, but rather that it's okay to take care of your own world before being there for others as well. Navigating adult friendships can feel like a maze. It demands a balance where you prioritize your own well-being while still watering the fruits of friendships that mean the world. The cornerstone of sustaining these bonds is open communication. Don't assume that you're falling short. Rather, take initiative. Ask your friends. Check in. What do we need to keep nurturing our connection? I keep telling you guys what to remember, but it's also for me because I'm a bit of a stubborn one. You have to remember that maintaining friendships starts by granting grace both to your friends and to yourself, as one of our submissions kindly reminded us. Whether it's life's personal challenges or just being caught up in the daily grind, we have to lead with compassion, allowing ourselves moments of solitude to rejuvenate. And when you can, show up and make it truly count. It's not just about grand gestures, small meaningful acts. To be honest, some of my favorite memories with my friends is the moments we've laughed together, cried together, sat in silence, or simply just bared our hearts. I do want to emphasize that this is a complex issue. It's not a free pass for those not being there for their friends, nor is it a reason to hold those you need to accountable. It's just simply recognizing that a lot of us have shared these feelings and reminding ourselves to, again, have grace for those who genuinely deserve it. Emphasize bold the part where I say genuinely deserve it. Now, it's time for one of my favorite segments. Why am I dancing? I need it's gonna come soon. I need a little tune for what's for dinner. And somebody said that they like this because they want to know what the girlies are eating for dinner. Okay, let me just get into this little anecdote. One of my friends was saying that she likes the what's for dinner segment because what are we having for dinner? The girls want to eat protein, but protein's expensive. So why are y'all not sharing? Please, if you're watching on YouTube, write in the comments. Apple Podcast doesn't let you. Okay, And if you're writing on Spotify, I'm also going to put in a section where we can talk about what's for dinner, and I'll try and make the comments public so that we can be sharing what we need to. So one of my faves, what for dinner, recently, I got this cauliflower pizza base. I know. Stay with me now. I then chopped up some fresh mozzarella. I'm sorry, I've been watching too much TikTok. Some salami, cut up some chicken spicy sausage. Thank you, Whole Foods. We're not done. We put this in the oven. The fun thing about buying a cauliflower pizza base is you only need to put it in for like 6 to 8 minutes. Girls, we're about to get to some Food Network level type. And I added some arugula. We have to add our greens. Then some goat's cheese, dollops of goat's cheese. We are not even done. Balsamic glaze. There I said it. Thank you. You are all welcome to my Michelin star. I'm kidding. But it was scrumdiddly yum yum. Consider it. Pass me my check for giving you that. So please share your dinner ideas below. And again, I have another challenge for you. Drop your friendship tips for navigating these adulting friendship times. As I've told you before, let's learn together. Every chat here is about us exploring, reflecting, and connecting. And this friendship topic is far from over. We've just hit the tip of the iceberg. I want to dig deep into the feeling of loneliness, even amidst the best friendships. New city blues, like how are the girlies looking for friends at this period of time? Grad school isolation, even back at home solitude, because you can go back home and feel like you don't have any friends around. So please stay tuned because we have so many more layers to uncover. Next week, we will be discussing navigating family dynamics, especially during the holiday season. Because child, this is a complex one. But be sure to follow us at The Layered Experience on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, where else? All the socials. Go look for us. We have updates. We have daily content. We do not keep you on your toes, but we keep you informed. And of course, as usual, sign up for the newsletter. The depth of our friendships isn't measured by the frequency of our chats, but rather the intensity of our bonds. As we grow and change, it's essential we remember to leave room for our friendships to evolve as well. To my dear friends, near or far, I miss you, I see you, and I love you. Until next time, keep unraveling, keep exploring, and embrace every layer of your unique journey. Goodbye.